I have cabinets and lots of cabinets. I just had to find a space for everything. Here we go. Ooh. When we looked at this house, one of the benefits about it that we really liked was the area that I envisioned for my studio space. And the reason is because the floors were cement, so I can drop soap on there, drop stuff on there, and it's not going to ruin anything. We really liked these big doors as well, and I envisioned myself in the summertime making my soap with those doors wide open, taking in the outside. But the biggest thing about the space that I think I liked the best was all of the storage, all of these cabinets that I can put stuff away in, all my molds, all my fragrance oils. And that really helped to free up some of the space inside of the studio, which is definitely smaller than the other studio that we had in the lake house. It really doesn't matter if you have a place to put stuff away in. So in this video, I just wanted to talk about that space and the evolution of it and why we put things where we put them and how I'm liking it now. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm so excited to be coming to you guys from my brand new studio. So today's video, I'm just going to show you around, and it's in quite a state, but hopefully I'll be able to get it to where I want to. But yeah, I'm just really excited to be here. Here is one of the rooms, and you can see it is very, very cluttered right now with moving boxes and all sorts of things. It's pretty big, and what we really liked about this room was this really big countertop on here. This countertop was here, and so was the TV, and I was not expecting her to leave the TV, but she did. So that's pretty neat that I have a TV in my studio space. That'll be pretty handy to let the time go by when I'm doing the more monotonous things. I am pretty excited about this. One thing about my studio in the old house was that it was a really big room, but it was just that, a room, without any cabinetry or any type of furniture that I can use to store all of my stuff. And here I have cabinets and lots of cabinets. I also have a sink, which is really handy. I had to install a sink in the other studio. There's one here with a nozzle that moves around, which is awesome. My other sink did not have that, so it'll make washing all my dishes a lot easier. Yeah, there is a lot I still need to unpack. And the problem with the space and unpacking everything is I just am so overwhelmed with all of the places to store things that I don't know where to put things. I'm kind of paralyzed by all the choices that I have to make. But this is the first room, and I'm hoping to have a table in here at some point. And this could be, I'm thinking, the room where I melt all of my oils and butters that need to be melted, where I'm going to be running my bath bomb machines, because behind all of this stuff are a lot of outlets. I know you can't see it right now, but there are outlets at eye level. Maybe I can get it to it from the other side. Just go around here. Yep, see there's an outlet peeking through there, but that is one of many. There's one here, and then there's this really big cabinet over here. I don't know what to put into it. I put some measuring cups in here already, but I just don't know. Maybe my pouring pitchers for my candle making. I don't know. I'm sure whatever I decide to do for now, I'll probably change as I live in the space and work in the space more, because that's what I always find myself doing whenever I'm in a new studio space, is I will set it all up and then change it after a couple months. And then there is this room, which is pretty big. And I love this room because it has these beautiful doors that let in tons of light. And in the summertime, springtime, when the weather gets warm, I would love to just have these open and so I can be making with a open door and having light coming through. I think more of the raw materials will be in this room, but again, I'm not too sure. I have to start putting things away, but because I'm just so unsure, I've been kind of, I don't know, not fully into unpacking mode, but I'm hoping to fix that today. So these two rooms are my new making space, and they are attached to my new house that I moved into a couple of weeks ago, which is through doors down that way. And I will give you guys a tour of the house. Right now, things are a little chaotic. There's boxes everywhere, but I do want to show you where Kayla and I now live. And after being here for a few days, I can tell you that I just love it here. Absolutely love it here. And as I show you this home, you guys will see why. I've already put away some of my bath bomb molds here. I put these bowls here, and I figured in these drawers here, since this is kind of prime space, I want to put all of the tools that I usually reach for often here, and that's what I did. This drawer organizer, I got it from IKEA. Kayla and I had a visit there, and we got a few things for the house, but also I got a few things for the studio as well. Everything else is still empty. I'm still trying to decide what to put in these drawers. I am decided though that this room will definitely be mainly just the tools and equipment room. So I just had to find a space for everything. This is also actually the laundry room of my house. I have laundry machines right over there. So this space is definitely not as separated as my other studio, but I think I like that. A few more organizational things. I got this up Terra from IKEA to help with, I think I got it for my cutting boards and other weirdly shaped things that I could just store away. It's neat that it comes in 3 pieces because you could put them all together if you want to, or you can just have them be separate and store them in separate cabinets. So I think I want to put this in here. Let's go ahead and do that. it? Yeah, it's pretty functional. I've had the studio all set up and ready to soap in for a few days now, and I've already moved some things around, but that's how it's going to have to be for a while until I get the hang of things. So far, I've only made soap in the studio, so once I get into bath bomb making and lotion making, I'm pretty sure there will be even more things that make sense and more things I'll want to move around. The soaps I'm making here are a part of my core line: lavender, rosemary mint, and pomegranate mango. For this first soap, this lavender blend is usually very easy to work with. I think the titanium dioxide I added to the white base to make it very white caused some acceleration as it was getting harder than the rest of the colors. When this happens, I roll with it, and you'll see later in the video, once it's cut, how cool this looks. Now, this one was a surprise. My usual rosemary mint blend is so well behaved normally, but I decided to add a new scent note to the blend, which is probably the reason it began to harden up so fast. And when this happens, I go into speed mode. The goal is just to get all of it into the mold. I try not to worry too much about swirls, though I did get into it with a spoon with the hopes of having some sort of swirl in there. Also, lots of banging and swishing around to fill up any air pockets that may get stuck in the soap. If this soap session was the Three Bears and Goldilocks story, this soap would be the just right, the baby bear of the soaps, if you will. Pomegranate Mango was a scent I've decided to promote to the ranks of being one of my core line soaps. Every time I released this soap, it sold super quick, so I'm going to listen to my customers and bring her back full time. This lavender soap turned out so beautiful. Kind of has a marbling effect to the soap, and that's because the white base was setting up quite a bit faster than the colored parts. Sorry if the lighting or the hue of these next shots are a little bit different from before. I adjusted the white balance so I don't look as orange or yellow. I've been making this lavender soap since the very beginning, and it's gone through a few iterations, but I love it. This rosemary soap, I was a little worried about it. I often add other fragrance notes to blends to switch it up just a little bit. So I added a new fragrance oil to my original rosemary mint blend, and it caused it to seize so fast. So I'm really curious about what it's going to look like on the inside. Alright, here's the first peek. Okay, not bad. It's definitely not the swirliest of soaps I've done. My mission with this soap was just get it into the mold before it turned into soap on a stick. I actually really like this plainer design. This simpler design, I should say, not plain, simpler. Less swirly. Really surprised that I was able to avoid air bubbles in the soap. We've had a few conversations with the lady who used to own this house, and this room for her was a sewing room. And she used to have this space, this entire space here, as part of a garage. And she decided to reclaim half of the garage back. And so that's what she turned this room into, was her sewing room. And the biggest motivator for her at the time was that the laundry room was in this room, was the garage before, and she used to be so cold doing her laundry. And I think the straw that she told us that broke Camel's back was one day when the liquid detergent was just frozen solid. So it can get quite cold out here in Washington. And I'm really glad that she decided to remodel this space so that this was heated and so that she can be comfortable not only doing her laundry but also her sewing, and now me doing my soaping thing. I love when I unintentionally get a heart in the middle of the soap. That's just so cute. This is a soap that I was really excited to cut. This is the pomegranate mango scent. I really like the colors that I used. The yellow, I love that it's more of an orangey yellow, and you'll see when I cut into it how much more mango-y of a vibe it gives, rather than just a yellow. Alright, here we go. Ooh. So pretty, love it. Oh, it just keeps getting better the more in the middle I get. Let's get to the last little bit. I really wanted to get in a burgundy red because of the pomegranate. And I think the pink touch really softens it. And here it is, some more cut soap that I'm going to start curing. I know I mentioned that I was curing soaps in the garage, but I've since decided to put the soaps inside in the studio space because of the central heat. It really helps to dry out the air. And out there in the garage, I don't have a spot to plug in a dehumidifier, although there probably is a spot. It's covered right now by a bunch of stuff, which I would have to clear out. So having the soaps in here at least is gonna be the reality for now. And I promise I will show you in another video where I do keep those soaps secure. I think you'll find that solution pretty interesting. But that is the video for today. If you're curious how I make my soap, the recipes that I use, you can find all of that on my Patreon, which is linked down below. And speaking of my Patreon, thank you to everyone who chooses to support me on there. It is through your support and your kind words and just your generosity that I'm able to keep doing the YouTube thing at the level that I have been doing. And I really do appreciate you guys for that kind of support, because I know that it's I'm pretty lucky to be able to have such a supportive audience and patron community. It's amazing. So thank you guys so much. But you won't just find soap recipes on there. You'll also find bath bomb recipes, lotion recipes, a whole ton of skincare, bath and body type of recipes. They're all on there. And if you're looking for something in particular, then that's the place to message me. I will send you a link to exactly what you're looking for if there is something like that, whether it's a video or a post on Patreon or a recipe. That's where you can connect with me and communicate with me, and that's also where you can ask me any other questions pertaining to my small business, to your small business, to just making in general, to just life. So if you want to check that out, that's down below. And I'm so excited to be getting back to the 2 video a week schedule, and I'm looking forward to the next video already. And until the next video, keep smiling, keep being awesome, and keep making beautiful things like pomegranate mango soap, lavender soap, and rosemary mint soap. Bye guys.